Hello everyone, my name is Holly Stewart from By God Ministries, and we are here at the sanctuary located in Oklahoma, and we are here with Pastor Emmanuel Newges from Amazing Word Ministries. And just want to say hello, Pastor. Can you say hello to everyone?
Greetings, everyone.
All right, we are here because we had a house full of health guests dealing with the pandemic. As Pastor normally like to say, dealing with the pandemic, the shamdemic, and we had 9 health guests, and each one of them had different aspect of the virus, and we are here with one of the health guests that came down with the shamdemic, as he would say. Pastor, can you just give them your experience, how you felt when you got here, how your body was reacting, stuff like that?
Well, it was something that I've never felt or experienced before. When it began, I thought that, okay, this is something that I was familiar with, because it started out with my body feeling like I was hit by a truck, like I overworked and tired. But by the time I realized what was going on, it was days later. It was just around that time I got here, and it was bad when I got here. But I thank God for bringing me to this place to get the help that I needed, the support that I also needed.
Yes, and Pastor will tell you, as long as with the other guests that are going to be right here talking about their different experience. But Pastor had some periods where his temperature was up and down.
I think at one time it reached 105.
105 degrees temperature. And we were doing a lot.
That was really bad. And
it was bad. Trust me, there was sometimes we were very worried for Pastor. You know, they said the body temperature cannot go, shouldn't be above 104 degrees for so long. But we had times where we got it, it was up, came down, went back up again, came down. But by God's natural remedies, we were able to beat that and to bring it down back into normal range. Pastor, tell us some of the stuff that you experienced, what you did, how you could give the people out there hope that if you overcame it, because trust me, you were bad.
Well, as we mentioned, I was constantly having fever, and the highest fever I had was 105 point something. That was very scary to me. But we kept trusting
in the Lord,
and the natural remedies we were doing here, the treatments, hydrotherapy, breathing inhalation, and all of those things that we were doing here. We kept trusting in that, and by God's grace, the fever started to go down to 102, and then it was just stuck in the 90s, 99.
Yeah,
for a while. It stuck there until it went back to normal. My body went back to normal.
Yes, because Pastor, along with other guests you will hear, that they couldn't eat, and you wanted to throw up. They wanted to.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating. Well, one thing I would like to mention here is this. I mentioned this in a short video about 2 weeks ago, as I was recovering from this, is that you know that you have COVID. One of the signs is your taste bud. You know, your taste bud, the saliva, you know, your mouth, everything, speaking of inside your mouth, everything tastes like metallic. It's kind of bitter and sour. And then all the food that you put in your mouth, it doesn't matter if it's a banana, if it's a grape, if it's rice, they all taste the same. And so as a result of that, you don't feel like eating. You don't feel like putting anything in your mouth.
Yes.
And that is the worst thing to do, because that is exactly what the virus wants you to do.
That's right.
Not to eat anything.
Not to eat anything.
And so that it can get worse.
And it was getting worse. Weight loss.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I lost about 10-15 pounds.
Yes. Breathing problem. Pastor, tell me about your breathing problem.
Well, I thought for a moment I was having some kind of breathing problem, but that didn't really last.
Yeah, it didn't last.
It was just for a short moment.
Yes.
But then after that, by God's grace, it went away.
Yes.
That was as I was hearing news about others who were going through the same thing, and then they were having breathing problems. That was one of my biggest worries.
Right.
You know, having to my lungs, you know, shutting down, like somebody who's having asthma attack.
Yes.
But by God's grace, this was just a brief moment, maybe 10-15 minutes. I started feeling something like that. I think it was around when my fever was around 105.
Yeah.
And then after that, it went away.
And that's beautiful because God had given us very things that we can do to help to, because what happens we believe with COVID is that there's having a kind of pneumonia comes in, the fluid building up in the lungs. And what we do here, you got to experience it, is that if you could take care of the fluid being built up in the lungs, get it out, a lot of herbs to cause you to put up a lot of mucus to keep the temperature down, because it's either going to be a virus pneumonia or a bacterial pneumonia. We don't want the bacterial pneumonia, but the idea is that to get all the fluid or the phlegm out, and that way you can open up your airways, that you could be able to breathe. And we always have the O2 sensor checking to make sure that your O2 levels is between normal range. But that was just one thing. There are many things that we do here when it comes to the herbs. Pastor, tell us about some of the herbs. Were they really sweet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, one thing I'd like to say, this is based on a phone call that I received today from a sister who lives very far away from here. You know, for those who cannot make it to a center, a lifestyle center, to get some treatment, there are some
Things you could do at home.
Yeah, things you can do at home. Take lots of natural vitamin C.
Vitamin C
Is key to that, and also they can always call if they cannot come.
Yes.
They can always call.
You can always call, and that's one thing. We are always a phone call away because we know everybody cannot come here, and that's what God wanted. God don't want you to depend on any man. He don't want us to even depend on us. God has natural ways, and we could point you in the direction how you could be able to get these things, because you're right home in your local area. You could be able to get the things and be able to keep yourself from the emergency room, and to keep yourself out from getting that remdesivir, whatever that drug is that they're giving right now, that is shutting down the different organs in the body. That is killing people, you know?
Yeah, that's killing people.
So, as much as possible, stay tuned. We have other testimonies of other health guests that overcame this disease by God's grace. We had 9 people, and how much people were bad? How much people left?
How many? Well, everybody survived it.
Everybody survived it. So that means there's almost like 100% success rate doing God natural way.
Yeah.
As opposed to in the hospital system where they said what? Everybody has it and everybody is dying. God ways works.
Amen.
Amen?
Yeah.
So that's it, what we want to share with you today. Please give us a call at 479-647-0824, 479-647-0824, and we would love to share with you how God has able to work with us over this past 14 days, dealing with different health guests coming and going with the pandemic. But we, as building natural immunity and being able to overcome this and being able to help others, this is what God set up the sanitariums for, so that people could come, be treated to overcome the disease, and then they could be able to go out to Philippines, wherever, to be able to help people just the same way. And that's how we believe that the message for God's people today, hope. There is hope in God's ways, and we want to just help to spread that. Pastor, anything you want to add?
Just want to say that God's way is the best way. So let us believe in the health reform message, in the right arm of the gospel, which is the medical missionary work.
Amen. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.